Hello, my dear Gemini, the twins. This is your horoscope for March 2020. Thank you for joining me. Your ruler, Mercury, is in retrograde, and that has an effect on you specifically because it's your ruler. And when it's in retrograde, you tend to say the wrong things or you experience things in a way that doesn't feel light or easy. So Mercury is in retrograde from the 16th of February 2020 until the 9th of March 2020. Okay, so it's in your ninth house of education, expansion, growth, learning. So if you decide to go buy a house in Australia, you don't even visit it. You just see on the website and you just buy it, click, and you just buy the house because you want to get out, and you just rush into some sort of a dream that you want to achieve. Wait at least until the 9th of March to make such big changes, because when Mercury is retrograde, sometimes your perspective isn't what it would be when the planet is direct. So you'd be like, what was I thinking? Why did I do that? I've wasted a whole ton of money. I didn't even want to go there. Now, it's interesting because Mercury appears to go backwards. It goes into Aquarius on the 5th. It retrogrades into Aquarius, and then it goes direct on the 9th. It moves forward in Aquarius and goes back into Pisces on the 16th, and then stays in Pisces for the rest of the month. So Mercury isn't really doing you a lot of favors. Either you get the plans wrong, the ideas are a little bit iffy, or communication with other people is likely to hurt your feelings. So up until the 9th of March, really keep it simple. No big dramatic life-changing gestures if you can help it. That's the way to avoid mistakes. On the 5th of March as well, Venus, the planet of love and beauty and creativity, that goes into Taurus in your 12th house of spirituality and spiritual strength, which is amazing. The love planet, the planet of beauty and creativity, joins Uranus, the planet of the miraculous and the unexpected, electricity. That's at 3 degrees communication in Taurus. And it's in your 12th house of your spiritual self. So the love you have for yourself enables you to let yourself speak and go without any kind of self-censorship. And for you, that's good, but for other people, that might not be so good. If you say, I don't like you and I never have, I always just pretended to be your friend, that's the truth. It may be the truth, and people say the truth is always the best policy, but it isn't, because that kind of thing is unnecessary and it just hurts someone's feelings. You may feel driven to tell them that because you feel it's important that they know, but it's going to really hurt that other person's feeling, and it's not going to help your relationship with that person in any way whatsoever. So yes, Venus is in your 12th house from the 5th, but wait until Mercury goes direct on the 9th to connect with the higher realms, and then to get real insights and information that you can articulate and communicate from the 9th onwards. That's going to be helpful. Before the 9th, it's really iffy. On the 9th itself, when Mercury does go forward, we also have a full moon in Virgo. I'm going to do a separate video on the full moon and the new moon. In your case, Gemini, the full moon in Virgo, your cousin really, because Virgo is also ruled by Mercury. That full moon showers you with Virgo energy in your 4th house. So you really understand people in a way that you haven't understood them before. You really are able to connect with your roots and feel like you belong in a way that you've never felt like you belong. You may choose a place that feels like home, that makes you feel nurtured. So it's seeing something that makes you feel more grounded. It's a wonderful full moon, and the effects last until the 20th of March. So what changes do you want to make when it comes to your roots? The spring equinox happens on the 20th, and the sun moves into Aries. So now it's spring is sprung, and the sun is in a fire sign. That's all about bulldozing its way forward. And Chiron sits on top of it at 5 degrees in Aries. The clocks move forward at the end of the month in the UK anyway. I think it's on the 29th that the clocks go forward. Yeah, the clocks go forward and we have more light in the day and more fire in the world. So things are speeding up now. But the ideas that you've had from the 9th until the 20th, if you immediately implement them from the 20th until the 31st of March, it's not a good time to implement your ideas. Implement your ideas in April. Wait until April. If you come out with stuff now, it's gonna go down like a lead balloon. It's still not going to be understood or recognized, or it's not going to have the outcome that you wanted it to have. On the 20th as well, Jupiter conjuncts Mars until the end of the month, and Jupiter is the lucky planet at 22 degrees. Mars is the soldier, ambition, the red planet of drive. 22 degrees, both in Capricorn. Capricorn is the sign of the worker, and 22 is the sign of the master number of the builder. It's in your 8th, so looking to work with other people for an employer, if you're already employed, that's going to give you great support. So if you're working for a company, because you work so well and because you put so much energy into it, they recognize that, and there's a real chance that there's a promotion for you or that you start to earn more money. You certainly have good news in that area of your life. If you're already self-employed or employed, it's time to roll up your sleeves and to get busy with work, okay? If you're starting a new business, ideally please start until April. It's not a great time to start a new business. With the retrograde at the beginning of the month, then all of that learning that you did until the 20th, it has to be digested first. You kind of have to sit on it for a little bit. And the drive to do something and to put yourself out there is good, but the timing is off. So let it rev up inside of yourself, and then when April comes, really do something that you hope and dream of. The new moon happens on the 24th of March in Aries, so I'll make a separate video on that. But again, it's got Chiron, and now you're transiting midheaven in Aries. So you could possibly be hurt in your working life and in your friendships if you bulldoze your way forward now at any cost. From the 20th of March onward, I would urge you to just chill, to play it safe, to be cool and collected, and to try and keep things calm rather than getting all revved up over nothing. Because if you do find yourself getting revved up and it's all chaotic, then you've galloped off in the wrong direction. Control Alt Delete, start again and bring it back to a place of Finally, at the end of the month, on the 31st of March, we have Mars going into Aquarius. Mars is the male principle, and in Aquarius, it wants to teach and be a humanitarian. It sits on top of Saturn, the structure of the chart, also at 0 degrees in Aquarius. So you go into April really being able to be of service to humanity and adding something valuable, and also being teachable and allowing yourself to learn things And that's why starting the new business or putting yourself in the limelight is so much better from the 1st of April onwards than it is from the 20th of March until the 31st of March, because you're simply likely to express what you're trying to do in a way that doesn't resonate with people and you are hurt and it flops. And the exact same thing, if you leave it 12 days later and you do it then instead, it's not going to flop. It's going to have a much greater chance of succeeding. So you need to be a little bit on the case here when it comes to dates, that you make use of the different times to research and then to do and not to do. And if you stick with this, you shouldn't have too many problems. The gift is that you're revving yourself up with loads of energy that you can then use to make your hopes and dreams a reality, but it's got to be done carefully. Don't be a bull in a china shop. Have a wonderful month. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button on the channel, please, and share this video online. In my personal readings, I can answer any questions you may have. So really anything you can think of, I can answer that in my personal readings. So please get in touch with me via the website. Have a wonderful March, and I'll speak to you next month. Mwah.